Good morning, everyone. Today, for the ease of viewers, I just want to bring out one fact that we are fortunate that we have a very young aspirant, Drishti, who's sitting right across me, and viewers can see her. This girl is a true example of great determination and resolve. Why I am emphasizing this point? That this girl who decided that she wants to join the armed forces, not very long ago, but around 2 years back, she was around 75 kgs. And today, when she's sitting across this table, she's just around 48 kgs and quite fit, mentally also and physically also, to join the armed forces. So I'll request Drishti, in case you can further elaborate this particular point about your determination and resolve which you had in your mind.
Sure, sir. Earlier, I gained a lot of weight due to my habits. I was more into reading books. I hardly went outdoors. So I gained weight gradually, and I was a 75 kgs chap when I realized that this needs to be shut. Then I decided that I'll bring a change in my habits, and I also grew affinity. I also had affinity towards the armed forces. And it was when I started working out. I worked out twice a day. I restricted my diet. I avoided junk foods. I didn't have any sugar for 3 months straight. It was very difficult, but still I had to do it, and this is how it went.
Thank you. I can make out it was quite a difficult, regimen which you followed, just to bring out the physical standards of yours to be qualified to get into the armed forces. My next question to you, Drishti, is, everyone in his or her life, there's one event, or let's say the person, or there is some special happening somewhere that, which changes your opinion, which forms your fresh opinion about one particular profession. So I know your family background is, there with the Air Force, but what made you decide one particular day that you want to join the armed forces?
So my grandfather was in BSF, Border Security Force. My father was in Air Force. I grew up in Air Force camps, so I always had that in my mind. My upbringing was according to that. So I always had in mind that I'll do something in defense or something that will be in administrative services. But gradually, when I saw the Abhinandan case, and also much long back, I grew affinity for the uniform. So it was when I decided that I'll join the armed forces, and since then, I started training myself for that. I did everything according to my dream, and planned my routine accordingly.
My next question is, once somebody decides that this is what I'm going to join as a profession, and thereafter, the nuances also as to this particular profession demands A, B, C, D. These are the standards as far as written is concerned, the physicals are concerned. So you were clear in your mind that you have to join, so you have to be mentally and physically fit. So once, let's say, having decided this, what was your next step? And you came and joined this coaching in Delta Defense Academy. Now, especially when we know that there are thousands of coaching institutes mushrooming all over the countryside. So who introduced you to this particular institute, and how did you take a step to get yourself enrolled in this?
So I like to take it from the very beginning. It was after my 12th when I was researching for job opportunities and other career options. It was then when I came to know about NDA. So I told my dad that I want to do NDA. That time NDA was not for girls. So he told me that you are not supposed to do NDA. You can do AFCAT or CDS or something after graduation, but NDA is not for you. So I was fighting with him that even when I'm joining the same thing after CDS, then why can't I do it after 12th? And after 2 or 3 months, we had it in decisions that NDA is now open for girls. So it was very obvious that I had to prepare for it. I had to give it my best. So I saw a pamphlet outside my college. It said that they are giving 30-day free coachings for NDA, and I enrolled in that batch. It was the Shesha batch from Delta Defense Academy. So this is how I came to know about the coaching center.
My next question to you is, the government policy which came out, and it opened the doors for the girls aspirants also. It came as a boon definitely for young aspirants like you, and there are so many others also. Those who were dreaming, waiting, and the moment this policy came through, and their happiness could be measured by seeing the number of aspirants, those who appeared for the written examination. That I could see myself. My next question to you is, once you decided that you will join Delta Defence Academy, and then now having done around more than 6 months span in this academy, what changes do you find in your academic performance and I would say the attitude?
So academically I was good. I scored 91% in my class 10th examinations and 93% in my class 12th examination. I was always good in academics, but after coming to coaching center I realized that there are not just academics, there are things in which you have to be more confident. So when I came here, I interacted with more people. I didn't make very many friends in my school days, but after joining Delta Defence Academy, the faculty here, they helped me improve my confidence and my speaking skills, especially the teachers in the classroom. They ask you to come up on the podium and then explain it to the other students so that your interactive skills could be more developed.
So now we spoke about the changes you found in your academic performance and the attitude also, and thanks for the wonderful inputs. Now my next question is, as far as there are certain things which can be quantified. You can rate yourself somewhere, you can measure yourself in quantity. So do you find some changes in your rating as far as the performance in particularly maths is concerned and other subjects? Did this particular faculty of this particular academy, did it make some change in you?
Yes, when I talk about maths, earlier I used to focus on cramming formulas and putting them down on paper. But here, Praveen sir is a great faculty. He starts maths from the very basics of the theory as well. So you're not missing on even a single point. So even a conceptual question could be tackled well. So if I rate myself in mathematics or any other subject, I would definitely say that Delta Defence Academy has improved me a lot in academics as well as other aspects also.
Okay, Drishti, you spoke about mathematics in particular, that how you have been scoring well in your life otherwise, and this academy has got an excellent faculty for mathematics. Would you also like to comment upon the faculty of general studies and English?
So when I talk about English in particular, so Ankit sir is the English faculty here. He's a very energetic teacher and he'll fill you up with josh every morning. He's got the nerves of the examination, and I could proudly say that the vocabulary and the English that we did in the classroom was very much in the examination as well. So I didn't face any of the difficulties in tackling the English portion of the examination. When I talk of GS, Suraj sir helped me in the GS all the preparation through. So the GS faculty is also very interactive. He'll get you through the difficult concepts of general studies by referring to the Gen Z memes today. So he makes it very easy for you to understand even the complex aspects of general studies.
Thanks, Drishti. My next question to you is, everyone who comes and he or she is the aspirant of joining the armed forces, I'm sure the factor of discipline is not so very well ingrained in everyone. Few of them, they are trained well in the academies. There are few, those who got the family background and they've been groomed well, they've been nurtured well. In your case, not only the time or that moment you decided that you want to join the armed forces, much prior to that, when you'd seen the schooling during a family background, you kept moving around with your father. So the discipline as a factor, how much do you attribute this particular factor in your family background and otherwise when you were groomed in this academy?
So when I talk about discipline in particular, discipline was instilled in me since very childhood. My father was in Air Force, so I used to live in Air Force camps, and Air Force school has been my starting schooling. So discipline played a very important role there. Even my mother is a teacher, so there was discipline in home as well. So I think that had attributed very good in my academics and other things also. But when I came here to Delta Defense Academy, so discipline here was attributed in classrooms as well. Not only in the defense children, but also in the civilians. The teacher managed discipline here very well.
My next question to you is and sources. You have joined the academy. You had certain academic background also, of course, like academic everyone has. What were other sources of your preparation for this excellent result of yours that you cleared NDA written examination? So, which all sources were there for study?
So I would like to advise that you should not go for multiple study sources. The key to is just consistent sources and multiple revisions. So don't stress your mind with a lot of books and solving too many difficult questions or anything. I stick to the coaching notes and the book they provided me. I did single book multiple times rather than going for too many books. So very good thing is to make your own notes. The coaching notes and your own notes and the books that they provided here were the only thing I referred to.
That's wonderful. In fact, this is one bottom line which you brought out very clearly, that rather than going for multiple books and going over it casually, scanning it through, it is better that you have a single book, single source of study, and go over it multiple times. Have more number of revisions. That's what you want to say. Now, having cleared your written examination, I'm sure everyone is aware that next step is the service selection board, facing service selection board wherever you're slated to. So what's your plan now? What's your next step to prepare for the SSB?
So for SSB, I'm looking forward towards improving my communication and my interactive skills. The people there, they want you on your natural basis. They do not want made up content over there. So I'll try to keep it nice and natural in my SSB.
This is, in fact, I was going to ask you one question about mantra, but I believe you already gave it to your friends, that one has to act as natural the way one is made, or one has the natural ingredients. Whether he or she is facing the SSB, one cannot be an artificial kind of makeup. So it's a very good point which you brought out, that one has to face things naturally, the way one is supposed to be doing it. But besides this, any particular mantra which you want to give it to your other friends and the young aspirants, those who are aiming for this examination of, let's say, NDA written examination or even CDSE also?
So when it comes to written examination, I would give a very clear content here. So you have to be clear and calm in your mind. You have to trust your coachings or anything that you're referring. It won't work if you're rushing for too many things at the same time. You have to keep yourself composed. So the only thing you have to do for the written examination is to be consistent. If you can sit for 1 hour, say only, but if you're doing it every day, it will definitely pay you. So consistency and revision is the key, I would say.
That's very good input, in fact. And today I think we will wind up the interview here only. And again, it is very heartening to see a young aspirant who had decided few, I would say, months back, not too long ago, that she would join the armed forces. And in illustration, one can follow that she was 75 kgs and today she is sitting right in front of me with 48 kgs of weight. That's the determination and resolve. Number 2, the mantra which she is given to be natural, that is an important thing which everyone has to understand. Now next step she is going to face is the SSB, wherever she is asked to. So we wish her all the best from all our friends, and I'm sure you'll do well, Drishti. Wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.